Before Season 1 of Amazon's Prime Video Invincible had even ended, the show's viewers were already asking for Season 2. That's what we mean by dedication, right? Fortunately, Amazon's Prime Video was paying attention, and in April 2021, the show was extended for a second season and a third. After some effort from the fans, petitions, and hashtags, Robert Kirkman, the show's creator, had already made a hint that additional episodes were likely, albeit they would be challenging to bring off, before this unexpected statement. The Walking Dead writer explained how the show was made to Collider. The production schedule is a little intimidating. I believe that this season was developed and worked on for a lot of years. Things will get tighter as we, hopefully, get into Season 2 and beyond. Moving into our second season requires a lot less designing and various things to happen. And it's absolutely feasible that work on the second season has already begun. So, if this event proves to be a success, I believe we are in an excellent position to move forward. Invincible Season 2 potential release date. When will it air? Sadly, more than a full year has passed since the renewal was announced, and we still don't know exactly when the show will premiere. Though we're hoping to learn more soon. As of September 2022, there has been no confirmation of the precise release date for the second season. With its spandex-covered breast exposed, Amazon is playing its Invincible cards quite aggressively. Fortunately, in September 2022, Khary Payton gave an important reveal regarding the development of Season 2. The second season is over. Season 3 has begun, said Payton. But right now, it's very difficult to say. Numerous animation studios were scrambling to complete numerous projects, and projects were literally just sitting there with a rucksack full of materials. Anytime you're ready, they say. Because of the simultaneous approval of 2 and 3, Payton said, I am very thrilled that when 3 comes out, it will seem like just next season and not like a lifetime. To be fair to Robert Kirkman, the filming for The Walking Dead's forthcoming finale ended at the end of March 2022, so he has had his hands busy. To give fans an inside look at how the first episode was developed, Kirkman live tweeted it in January. He then provided an update on where he was in the second season's development. I must resume work on Seasons 2 and 3 right away. In fact, my script is almost due. I hope it works. He composed. I appreciate you along, too. I adore every one of you. Seasons 2 and 3 have reportedly been in the works for a while, despite the lengthy wait. A video of the principal actor Steven Yeun, who plays Mark Grayson, Invincible, in the recording studio was made public in April 2022. They commented next to it, with how many lines he has, his vocal cords truly will need to be, which we assume concludes with Invincible for obvious reasons. In an interview with the lead writer of Tech Radar, Simon Raciapa disclosed, we have been putting some time into it. We're putting in a lot of effort. Basically, I work on it every day that Robert does. We're discussing it and are well acquainted with the procedure. Added him, it takes time, but we've been working on it for longer than I believe people realize. The show is enormous. With all the inquiries on the future episodes, it is clear that they are feeling the pressure. The most recent comic book was highlighted on the official Twitter account in September, which then added, S2 is still being worked on. Yes, I figured you wouldn't ask. During an interview with comicbookmovie.com, Raciapa provided additional information regarding the status of Season 2. Raciapa stated, I predict you'll be delighted with it. So, I hope. Everyone wants to see it as desperately as we do, so we want to make it. Deep within, I wish it was already finished and that it was, but it's not. Deep into it now. The problem is that these processes take time when they are animated. Although both are in development, it is unknown if they will produce Seasons 2 and 3 simultaneously to shorten the gap between their releases or if they will work back to back. In light of this, I'd venture to say that we won't hear anything until at least 2023. Invincible Season 2 cast, who's in it? The cast of Invincible is extraordinarily massive, and we don't say that lightly, and it's feasible that it may continue to grow as the series continues. We anticipate that the majority of the following will return for Invincible Season 2 following that crazy Season 1 finale. Steven Yeun as Mark Grayson, Invincible. Sandra Oh as Debbie Grayson. J.K. Simmons as Nolan Grayson, Omni-Man. Zachary Quinto as Robot. Ross Marquand as Reddy Connors, Robot's new real body. Jillian Jacobs as Samantha Eve Wilkins, Adam Eve. Jason Mantzoukas as Rex Sloan, Rex Splode. Melis Zhao as Kate Chaw, Duplicate. Ray Griffin as Shrinking Ray. Khary Payton as Black Samson. Walton Goggins as Cecil Stedman. Seth Rogen as Alan the Alien. Mahershala Ali as Titan. Kevin Michael Richardson as the Mahler twins. Andrew Rannells as William Clockwell. Zazie Beetz as Amber Bennett. Steven said, I can't wait to make more. And his admirers, who raced to the comments section in droves after video of him in the studio surfaced, agreed. One admirer remarked, we are waiting impatiently. Isn't that the reality? Since actor J.K. Simmons, who plays Nolan Grayson, Omni-Man, said in March that the cast would soon begin voice recordings, we wouldn't be surprised if other actors had already returned to the recording booth. Simmons jokingly remarked, I suppose I'm entitled to state that we're going back to work very soon in the recording booth. Now, there is clearly a long delay, more than a year, I would venture, between the time we start recording and when the animation is finished. I would say, though, that Invincible is starting to work seriously on Season 2. There is a good ambiguous phrase. Mark Hamill as Art Rosenbaum might also make a comeback. According to Kirkman, oh my goodness, the recording sessions with Ed Hamill himself were incredible. Can we expect Bulletproof in Season 2? All we can do is wait and see. After Mark discovered his secret, Omni-Man did go off for a new galaxy, but Nolan will undoubtedly make a comeback in Season 2. Imagining future episodes without him would be like picturing his face without that magnificent mustache because his plot is so crucial to the show. It's not feasible. Of course, the cast of The Walking Dead has made multiple appearances in the series. Just in Season 1, Lauren Cohan, Ross Marquand, Sonko Martin Green, Kari Payton, Michael Cudlitz, Lenny James, and Chad Coleman made cameos, reuniting with Invincible star Yoon. But does that imply that there might be more Deadites in Season 2? Kirkman remarked, I hesitate to mention people, merely because I would ultimately like to welcome everyone. There isn't a single actor on The Walking Dead with whom I wouldn't want to reteam. A truly remarkable cast of actors. There isn't really anyone I wouldn't want to bring in. Dana Guerrera, Norman Reedus, Melissa McBride, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Invincible Season 2 plot. What will happen? Mark's world has been irrevocably altered as a result of all that transpired in that horrific conclusion. Their family has been devastated by his father, Omni-Man. Nolan will soon return with the full force of the Viltrumite species, determined to conquer Earth for their extraterrestrial kingdom, even though he is absent at the moment. Mark is initially hesitant when Cecil asks him to step in as Earth's champion in the finale, but that will soon change. He also intends to complete high school, but with all the dangers that are looming for him, that may prove challenging. Along with the Viltrumite invasion, a lot of Invincible's former foes will also be making a comeback. The last several episodes of Season 1 show Titan forming new alliances, pink aliens conquering Mars, and that white tiger man still hanging around. Cecil also takes a risk by asking that crazy scientist to produce fresh cyborg goons, presumably to stop Nolan when he returns. In the future, Mark and Amber's relationship appears to be solid once more, though it's difficult to predict how long that will endure, because things between Rick and William weren't exactly smooth in Season 1. Let's just hope William is soon reunited with his girlfriend as well. Pay special attention to the final montage of Season 1 for additional story hints. According to Kirkman's statement to AV Club, with the montage, I really wanted to remind the viewer of the various threads we had and wanted to show to them that everything that happened in Season 1 counts. In the future, even the smallest things will matter greatly. I intended to incorporate a lot more of those pops, but it was getting out of hand. Additionally, it suggests that Mark currently lacks a mentor because Nolan is off the table, but that all the issues still exist. Moving on, we'll have to see a very different Invincible who must now make his own decisions. Setting the stage for a different plot in Season 2 and beyond is what you want from a program like this. Every season should explore the main character in a unique way with a different flavor and vibe. Just maybe don't study the comics too attentively for advice. It is Kirkman's goal to also surprise those fans. I'm constantly conscious of the fact that this comic's popularity stems in part from how frequently unexpected things occur. For the audience that has read the comic and is now watching the show, I want to make every effort to uphold that. Even if you've read the comics, the changes and rearrangements make you feel like, oh, I didn't expect this beforehand, or oh, I assumed this character would be like this or do this but isn't. It injects a small amount of the comic's energy into the program. The main villain of Season 2 has been teased by Kirkman, and there is a significant area where the program may diverge significantly from the comics. We have hinted that Angstrom Levy would be in Season 2, so that is definitely something to be excited about. There is a lot of material that comes from that character, and I think Season 1 gave you a good idea of how we would adapt it and put it together for Season 2. So those are some enjoyable experiments you can carry out on your own to try to predict exactly how Season 2 will pan out. You'll be in error. An investigation into Levy's beginnings is one conceivably surprising choice on the table for Kirkman. Levy is the comic's secondary antagonist, but readers don't know much about his past. Fans of Invincible have never been informed how this important foe acquired his primary capabilities, in contrast to, example, Spider-Man, where the evolution of characters' abilities is a significant component. We do, however, understand how he came to despise Invincible. Levy holds Grayson accountable for an explosion that horribly and irreparably altered him. Levy visits many realms where Invincible's identity is known to the general public and learns who he is. Of course, Levy's abilities will enable the program to examine a comic book trope that is currently very common in all of the major franchises, whether that be Spider-Man, No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, The Flash, or Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1. If Invincible Season 2 does indeed debut in 2022, it will be the year of the multiverse because Levy's ability to travel between several dimensions is so strong that it results in a crossover with Spider-Man in the comic books. Opening up portals to other worlds will offer a fascinating topic for the show's writer to investigate and will tie into a significant cultural trend, even though we doubt it will happen on the Amazon show. Invincible Season 2 trailer, when can we watch it? Sorry guys, but if Robert Kirkman is still working on the script, it might be some time before we see any new pictures or a trailer. Season 2 won't likely have any new footage until later in 2022, but perhaps it wouldn't hurt to ask Damien Darkblood to look into Amazon HQ in the meanwhile. You at least have a ton of comic books to read while you wait. As soon as we learn of any progress, we'll let you know. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.